Alright, what is up, guys? We have got another video. My emotions are very high right now. Sports Illustrated just followed my golf Instagram. I'm pretty pumped up. Anyways, if you're new here, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit 600 yesterday, man. I thank you guys so much. I love doing these videos, and I really hope you guys enjoy them. So thank you to all of my fans who comment, got the notifications on. You guys mean a lot to me. I'll probably do a stream next Rockets game. So let's get right into it. This video is a request from, I want to say it was B. Kazi. I wish I knew a lot of your guys' names because I feel so shitty when I can't remember your names. So I'm pretty sure this request was from B. Kazi. Expectations for the trade deadline. Or I should, better off, trade deadline predictions. Now, we all know Chris Clemens got hurt last night. They made a couple of waves. They waived Jerian Grant. So we currently actually don't have a backup point guard on the roster. I expect them to make a move relatively soon on that. I honestly wouldn't be surprised about Isaiah Thomas. I actually made a whole video about possible backup point guards on the channel. I uploaded it yesterday. Deadline predictions. So I'm going to go off of this video. Since James Harden is still currently in a Houston Rockets uniform, honestly, it looks like he's having a good time. These predictions, they're just based off of James Harden remaining with the Houston Rockets. Now, at the trade deadline, honestly, I think Eric Gordon will be gone by then. His contract is fat. He's coming off a tough year, career lows from the field and three. You know, had 2 injuries last season. I love Eric Gordon. I still think he can hoop, but I think that is the first trade that the Houston Rockets make. Honestly, I don't know if I don't think we have enough value. I don't think we have enough pieces. I don't want to continue to give up draft picks, so I don't think that they will trade for a backup center. Honestly, I really think that they signed Dwayne Dedmon. I think he fits it perfectly. Dwayne Dedmon, you know, he started. He's a veteran. He's not that old. He's a defensive threat. We need an interior defensive paint guy because the interior defense, Christian Wood wasn't playing. PJ Tucker, you know, he's a little small. So having a bench guy like Dwayne Dedmon, Miles Turner, that's another guy we've been talking about a lot. I'll get into Miles Turner and Pacers trades just here in a minute, but I would think that they make a sign. I don't know if they'll do a trade unless the trade is involved, like unless Miles Turner or another backup center is involved in a trade, you know, either for Eric Gordon or PJ Tucker, Daniel House. I think the move they make is they sign a backup point guard, and then I think that I would not, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if they signed Isaiah Thomas to give him a run for the rest of the preseason and even maybe a couple games in the regular season. Our defense actually doesn't look that bad. It's not as big of an issue as I thought. I thought it was going to be a massive issue. So Isaiah Thomas, it's not that big of a deal because coming off the bench, we're still going to have defensive players that can help pick up the slack. So honestly, to sum that point up, I would think that they'd make a signing for both a center and a backup center and a backup point guard before the season starts. I don't know if either of them will make the roster. I would hope they make the roster because we need a backup point guard right now. So I would think the backup point guard makes a roster, but you know, with the 3 waves today, I think they're definitely going to make some moves. There's still some time before the regular season starts, so I wouldn't be surprised. In fact, by the time you're watching this video, they might have already made a move. So that's what I think. Those are my predictions for those two. I still think PJ Tucker doesn't really have a place on this team. I don't think he played bad in his first preseason game, Game 3. However, he's 36. He wants to be extended. I really think he gets traded to the Los Angeles Lakers or is packaged in a deal with James Harden. As I mentioned earlier in the video, we're going to just assume James Harden stays. So I think they dish out PJ Tucker to the Los Angeles Lakers. That's my actual prediction. I don't know what we have to give up to receive Kyle Kuzma. I don't know if we could just do a PJ Tucker and Kyle Kuzma swap. We might have to throw in a first. Kyle Kuzma, guys, it would be great for our team. Kyle Kuzma, in my opinion, Kyle Kuzma, he's just, when you're playing with LeBron, man, it's pretty tough to even just have any spotlight. You're under so much scrutiny. You have to pretty much play perfect if you're playing with LeBron James. So, like, you kind of have to be Anthony Davis if you don't want to get just hated on. So, Kuzma, he would be able to come off our bench. Honestly, maybe even start if we were to trade Daniel House or PJ Tucker. I wouldn't be surprised if Kuzma got that trade. But I honestly think Kyle Kuzma just needs a better team and more minutes, more consistent minutes. When you're on a team with LeBron James, I know the media makes a lot of memes about this. I'm sure you're scared about being traded because I know you want to stay with LeBron. He's in his last year. I don't see the Lakers signing him because Kyle Kuzma, he's a young player. A team could build around him and other pieces. You know what I'm saying? They could, a rebuilding team could go after Kyle Kuzma as one of their cornerstones as they start their rebuild. So I think Kyle Kuzma is going to have, I think he's going to have a good year. He's in a contract year. I'd expect him to have a above average season. He's already a pretty decent player, pretty decent defensive player. I think Kyle Kuzma gets traded for PJ Tucker and maybe a first round pick. So that's my prediction there. Honestly, I think that we also make another move for a defensive wing. I would expect in this trade either Eric Gordon and or Daniel House to be involved. Let's go Eric Gordon, Daniel House, and I'm struggling right now. Daniel House and or Eric Gordon and or a first round pick or two. Who could they package for this? Well, we've made a lot of videos about Buddy Hield, a lot of videos about Victor Oladipo. Victor Oladipo's a little on the more risk side. However, the reward might be a little greater than Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield just got extended, so Buddy Hield wants out of Sacramento. We all know that. So his value probably will just be decreasing. But he's a younger player, and to be honest, I think if you could get a 20-something player with promise over Eric Gordon, who's 31, coming off a couple of injuries, we're trying to get younger, we're trying to get more athletic. I honestly see them making a move for Buddy Hield, Victor Oladipo, Will Barton, but the guy I really want the Rockets to go after is Otto Porter. So you guys know I'm a Chicago guy. I'm a fan of the Bulls. Don't watch them too much anymore because, we haven't been good since a couple of years at least. So, and I wouldn't even really consider us good when Jimmy, Wade, and Rondo were here. I think that Otto Porter, he's a 3-and-D player. I think he fits us perfectly. If we're actually all in to go for James Harden, I think Otto Porter, Will Barton, OG might be the most realistic of these. However, a guy like Otto Porter Jr., when you're especially considering the Bulls, I think the Bulls are going to be hovering around the 8 to 10 seed this year. They're not a horrible team. We don't have a good bench at all. I think you could give us Eric Gordon and a first-round pick for Otto Porter. I think that the Bulls would bite at any trade for a first-round pick. Otto Porter, I love him. He gets hurt a decent bit. That is something to monitor if he were to become a Houston Rocket. But just to sum up my last prediction, I think we make a move at a wing defender. So to sum the video up, I think we make a signing for a backup point guard unless we find a way to package Oladipo and Miles Turner and maybe give the Pacers like Eric Gordon, Daniel House, PJ Tucker, and a first-round pick or 2 first-round picks. I think they could swing it, but I think that they sign a backup point guard. I think that they sign a backup point guard. Keep fucking up today, man. I think they sign both a backup point guard and a backup center. And then we make a couple of trades for wing defenders. And even down the line, it's kind of tough looking at the free agents right now as far as point guards go. I don't know that any of the point guards on the free agency list right now will be able. I don't see them playing a significant role in the playoffs down the line in the season. So Derrick Rose, I think that the Rockets make a trade for Derrick Rose, but I think it does happen a little later than people expect. Anyways, that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you guys so much for 600 subscribers. Really appreciate it. More Rockets videos means more Rockets highlights and better clips. So Subscribe if you want more. Probably, like I said, do a live stream later today, but go ahead, like the video, and I'll see you guys later.